to your Silver Circle. I'm Anita.
And I'm Mary Lee, and we're glad you're here.
And today we're going to talk about being out in the sun and how to protect your skin.
Because it's fun to be out in the sun.
Yes, and we need to be out in the sun because vitamin D is important.
Vitamin D is important. It's good for your body overall to be out in the sun, and there are good things about it.
Yes.
But every time that you're outdoors in the sun or you use a tanning bed,
you should not be using it.
The UV rays damage your skin.
That's right. That's right.
And the impact of that damage grows.
That's right.
Over time. Mm-hmm. And what you'll see are wrinkles, age spots, loose skin, spider veins, blotchy skin. That's not good stuff.
Right. And eventually it can show up as cancer.
Right.
Which we've both had in our family.
We've both had in our family. The surprise for me when I've had 3 different skin cancer spots, and the surprise for me was that I'm the one in the family that's always saying, put on the sunscreen. I've been the sunscreen queen in the family forever. And when we found the first one, I said to my dermatologist, I can't believe this. I wear sunscreen. And he said, I bet you didn't when you were 15. And
guilty as charged.
Absolutely true. We were talking about, what I did as a teenager was, it was the coconut smell, the
Hawaiian Tropics.
The Hawaiian Tropic in that brown bottle, and I can smell it now.
Yep.
It smells like summer.
Yep.
You can buy Hawaiian Tropics still, and they've got some great products with some SPF in them.
Yeah.
I was not after the SPF when I was
15.
I was putting sun in on my hair and baby oil on my skin and thinking that this skin was going to get tan, and it truly never was. But
that's a different story.
Right. And a little bit of color is healthy looking.
Right.
Right. That's not wrong.
Right.
During the pandemic, oh my gosh, my skin got so white that it looked like I was putting white on my skin.
It's so funny because in England, in the UK, the whiter the skin, the better, the fairer. And then here in the U.S., we're like, no, we need a tan. And I look like I should tan fairly well, but I am very, according to 23andMe, I am 100% Northern European, and I burn. I don't tan very well.
As am I, and on me, that burn never goes to a tan.
Yeah.
I burn, I'm uncomfortable, and then I'm pale again.
Right. Right. Exactly.
So what happens to your skin, besides just the risk of skin cancer, is called photoaging, is the medical term. Mm-hmm. And
have you ever done that?
So yes, I have.
That's frightening. I have too.
It is. It's sort of scary.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Where they use the machine where they can show the sun damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, who was that? That certainly wasn't me.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness.
So we're not dermatologists.
Correct. And we don't play one on TV, and we didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night,
right?
So we could suddenly be one. No.
But we do recommend, there's some great podcasts from dermatologists, and one of the ones that we recommend is Doctorly.
I love them. They're a YouTube channel, and we will link down below the link to their YouTube channel. They are board certified dermatologists in the USA. They say that on their YouTube channel, and they just give great advice.
They give great advice about sun and sun damage and how to pick a sunscreen, but they also have some great advice around your skincare regime and taking care of your skin. And they go through various products, which I really enjoyed.
They did a whole shopping. You could shop with a dermatologist for an hour. I didn't watch the whole thing, but it was very interesting to see what kind of products.
You are out there and you look at the products, and it's like, what does this even mean?
Yeah.
It's really kind of hard to sort through where the products have gotten better.
Yes.
I mean, there are some great products out there, but it's hard to sort through the hype lots of times.
Exactly. And he shopped for, Dr. Max shopped for a sunscreen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, I'm really curious to see what he gets. And he actually put them on so that you could see, like, this is what a tinted one looks like, this is what another one looks like, and how they absorb into the skin. And he was talking about it was great. I find it, do it, watch it. My takeaway from that was I thought I do a really good job of applying sunscreen. I do not apply enough sunscreen.
You've got to get enough on. Yeah.
He was just like, walk, walk, and he was doing half his face. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My sunscreen apparently lasts way too long because I am not applying enough.
So you need to pick a sunscreen, and you need to do your research and pick a broad spectrum
Yes.
sunscreen. They had some good advice on some
ones?
different
Yep.
some different ones, and there are some great ones on the market. But the main thing is that it needs to be a high SPF.
Yes.
So,
And we just Googled to make sure we remembered what that was, which is your sun protection factor. And the number means that for whatever that number is, for a generalization, that is how long you have to be in the sun before you burn. Doesn't necessarily mean that for everyone, because for us, SPF 50 is what? You get 10 minutes and I get probably 20.
right. So, it depends on your skin type.
Right.
How long it takes you to burn without a sunscreen.
Right.
And then really what you're doing is buying time here.
Right.
You're buying time in the sun.
Right.
When that time is up, you have to reapply.
Yes.
You have to get out of the sun. A hat is your friend.
That's right. And you can buy fashionable hats, ladies.
And I've sort of, because we've been to the beach together, I always go between the pack the hat or just buy the hat when I get there.
Right.
And I think I finally landed on a packable hat.
Yeah.
But, they're not expensive to buy. Right. So get yourself a hat. And it
should be wide enough that it covers your face. Because I have seen some people wearing, like, the hats that they're like the bucket hats. Which
Right.
they don't cover your nose, they don't cover your face. They're fashionable and they're cute, and the brim's all up, but it's not protecting you.
Well, and to that point, 2 of my brothers also had skin cancer. They are fishermen. They're out in the boat a lot, and they wear hats, but they wear caps. Where their skin cancer was on their ears. So, make sure that you're completely covered.
So if you've got your hair back in a ponytail, put sunscreen on your ears. That's what I'm hearing you tell me.
Right. And the other thing is I wore visors for several years until I developed a skin cancer on top of my head.
Yeah.
So, guys.
And you have a lot of hair.
And I have a lot of hair.
So,
that's what the dermatologist said.
Yes.
Like, I can't believe that, but, right on the top of my head. So if your hair is thin, guys, if you're bald, put sunscreen on your head.
Right.
It's worth putting
Your
some
health.
sunscreen
Right.
on top of your head or covering the top of your head.
Right.
Because all of those places burn. I mean, who would have thought?
The
Skin
top of
cancer on your ears.
I know, I would never have thought that.
My first one was on the side of my nose, and I'm sure that it's the sunscreen when you're out there on the beach.
Yeah.
You sweat it off.
Yeah.
You rinse it off, and
you have your sunglasses on too. So
Right.
if you think about that,
Right.
now you're going to get it right here because, back in the day, our sunglasses were really big.
I actually have some big ones that I just bought to cover a little bit more.
I like the ones where they wrap around.
Because then they protect the sides too.
Yep.
So
Yep, I like that.
seek shade.
Yep.
Pick a sunscreen with a broad spectrum. Wear it every day. You do need some sunscreen every day.
On your face.
Even on a cloudy day. Doesn't
Yep.
matter.
And even if you're indoors.
Even if you're indoors. Because there is ultraviolet light that's going to get you. Lots of great moisturizers and products with sunscreen in them. So look for that on the bottle. When you're outside, make sure to reapply. And avoid tanning beds. It is not good for your skin. It can go very fast. The photo aging is going to happen out there in the sun.
Right.
But those UV rays in a tanning bed are so much more
They're
intense.
strong. They're direct.
They're direct.
You know, I've talked to one person who actually got skin cancer from a tanning bed, and it was far worse than anybody I know who's had
Right.
skin
Because
cancer.
those are
who's been
UVA
outdoors.
rays. They're not the UVB. They're not going
Right.
to burn, which is, talk to your dermatologist. But big cautionary tale there. If you like that look,
They're self tanners.
there's self tanners,
Yep.
and they're a lot better than they used to be.
Absolutely.
There's spray tan,
Yep.
and it looks pretty natural.
Yeah. I did a spray tan. I did. It looked really good.
Yeah.
Except where my behind sags.
Oh, so how long did it last?
Too long. My behind sagged. Every time you would bend over in your swimsuit, there's like these little moons where your behind sagged. Thank
Well, I
God
hadn't
there's
thought
no
about
photos.
that.
Yeah. So, I did it before we went to Hawaii, and it lasted about a week, which was great.
Which is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're
Because I'm very white.
well, and that's the thing. Like the last time we were in Florida, I'm like, oh my gosh, my legs are so white they're going to blind people on the beach. I get it that
Yeah.
you want some color, but there are safer ways
Yeah.
to get color.
Yeah.
And then the other, I think, big point that we have is, there's the photo aging, but there's also a risk of skin cancer, and skin cancer is serious.
Right.
So do regular self-exams.
Mm-hmm.
Look for anything suspicious, and you can go online and
Mm-hmm.
look at some things to look for. But I would just say, if it's just suspicious, if it doesn't look like any of those things, the skin cancer that I had on my face did not look like any of those things.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a spot that was not going away.
Mm-hmm.
And so see your dermatologist, have it checked out.
And if
Don't
you-
let it go.
And if you don't have a dermatologist, go find one and go do a baseline appointment where they
Right.
can just look you over, look at everything. I did that. I hadn't been to a dermatologist for that. I'd been to a dermatologist for some other things. And it was probably like 5 years ago, I finally said, hey, my father had skin cancer. It was pretty darn bad. Let's do a baseline.
Yep.
And he was very interesting if you've never done that before, because they are looking at everything. They're looking at your freckles, they're looking at your moles, they're looking at like the color of your skin and just everything about it was just so interesting. And he was like, okay, you look good. And I said, what about this? What about this? What about this? Because like I didn't know.
Right.
Because I have like certain moles and stuff, and so then he did a really good job of explaining what to look for if there was a change. And
I had a
I didn't know
mole
those
on my
things.
back that worried me because I can't
Right.
see it well to see if it's going through any changes.
Right.
And my dermatologist as well explained why this is not
Yeah.
a concerning one. But, I remembered that chat that he had with me about, so you probably weren't careful when you were 15. And I remembered all those sunburns. And
Right.
I'm like, the skin cancer that I had was unexpected. So you want to be very diligent.
Right.
And so
Right.
I would agree, do a baseline,
Yep.
get a starting place, and then regular skin exams.
Yep. And the other thing that I would recommend, and I'm sure you will too as soon as I say it, is for any of you who see a hairdresser, have your hairdresser look as they're doing your hair, as they're washing your hair. They will see the spot before you ever will on your head.
Right, because you can't see
No.
your scalp, and your hairdresser is right there.
Yep.
So they can definitely be a friend in keeping an eye on those kinds of things.
Yep. And the first time they find it in a client, they will then make sure they look at every client.
Absolutely.
Yep. I think that's everything.
I think it is.
We did.
I think there's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot of good information out there, but there's also some not so good information.
Right.
So make sure that you do your due diligence in terms of looking at the info, and we'll put a link to the doctorly YouTube
Yeah.
in the comments.
If you're not watching them already, you should be, because they're fabulous.
Yeah.
And
Besides, they're fun.
They are fun. They're and they're cute. They're married, but they're so cute.
but it's great information. Really great information.
And they make it digestible, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And they do a really good job of explaining why the products that they're recommending are the right products. And they do a great job with the sunscreen. You don't have to buy a really expensive one. Oh, I know something we were going to talk about too, is because my children do this, is if you've had sunscreen for a long time.
Right.
Look at the expiration dates.
Right.
And sunscreen expires. If it's more than a year old,
you need to get new sunscreen.
Yeah. Especially if you've taken that puppy out to the beach, it's that
been in the heat.
Right. It's broken down. Just get rid of it. Sunscreen, it can be expensive, I know, but it's not as expensive as going to the doctor to get rid of, or the dermatologist or whoever, to get rid of your aging spots and take care of your wrinkles and all that. So, just refresh, replenish. Look at those expiration dates.
Yeah, my oldest granddaughter is very, very fair and got a really bad burn in a spot that she missed.
Oh,
it was lower back. Mm-hmm. And, so have somebody help you. Make sure you get all the spots on your body. And as tempting as it is to stay out on the beach, sometimes you need to take a break.
Take a break. Go sit under the umbrella. Go inside. Have something cool to drink. All right.
I think that's it. Yep. Right. Well, we've enjoyed talking with you about the sun and your skin. And please let us know if you have other topics you'd like us to chat about. We are happy to hear from you. Leave your suggestions in the comments or contact us through our website, yoursilvercircle.com.
If you haven't already, we invite you to subscribe to the channel and then hit the notification button. Slam that puppy. And you'll be notified every time we upload a new video, which is...
Oh, and one more thing. We have a free download. About the sun and aging.
Yeah.
And so that will be available on our website as well.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the comments below for that too. Look, we almost forgot one more thing. We were so excited to talk about sun.
And while you're on our website, you can subscribe to our newsletter and look around at some of the other things that we have going on.
We've got all kinds of stuff going on. All right.
All right, thanks.
We'll see you later.
It's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye.